Good day, human Latiosites. This is LatiosAzurill, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Violet. Here we are in Uva Academy. Last time, we took on our remaining midterms and took some additional classes. This time, I'm guessing we're going to have our final classes. So let's go do this. Good morning. Let's go take Bio. Biology 6, yes, with Mr. Jacques. Let's go. Class will begin soon. Let's not be late. So it is quite possible we finish our classroom arc today. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. Next time we meet, we'll have our final exam. That means today is our last actual class. And the topic for this class will be Pokemon forms. You can just think of forms as the shapes or appearances that Pokemon have. There's also a phenomenon called a form change, where a Pokemon's appearance changes under certain conditions. Cyclozar, for example, which we regularly ride on as transportation here in Paldea, has 3 forms. First is its basic form, where it walks on 4 legs. Second is its battle form, where it stands on its hind legs to engage in battle. Finally, there's its ride form, where it inflates its throat sac and its tail so we can ride on its back. Though we can use something you're all carrying with you now as an even better example. Yup, I'm talking about your phones. Some smartphones are inhabited by a certain Pokemon. Does anyone know the Pokemon I'm referring to? Of course it's Rotom. You're a regular expert on Pokemon and technology, aren't you? The Pokemon inside your smartphone is Rotom, and it does all sorts of things to help you out. A Rotom inside a Rotom phone is special, so it doesn't try to enter other electronics. An ordinary Rotom, however, can change form by entering washing machines, microwave ovens, and other electronic appliances, like dishwashers, electronic fans, lawn mowers, even a mini fridge. Rotom is a bit of an exception, though. Many Pokemon that change form do so simply by holding an item or by having one used on them. Oricorio, for example, has 4 different forms it can change between when given certain nectars. Pokemon may even change type or learn different moves when they change form. Form changes are different from evolution in that Pokemon can return to its original form. And unlike shiny Pokemon, which can't change their special coloration, the same individual Pokemon can go back and forth between its forms. There's a lot to dig into with this form change phenomenon, as you can see. We can all learn something from Pokemon here, don't you think? Bit of a stretch, but I'd be happy to see you all enjoy your time at the Academy to the fullest and change form into a new version of yourselves. Or something like that, anyway. Oh, I almost forgot. Regional forms, which vary based on what region a Pokemon came from, don't change like other forms. They're an innate... Whoops. There's the bell. I guess I was scatterbrained Mr. Jacques right up into the very end, huh? I had a great time teaching all of you. I hope you'll do your best in the final exam. Alright, let's go take the final exam then. Let's see how much we've learned about Pokemon biology. Good morning, let's do this. Biology final. Biology of Mr. Jacques, yes please. Class will begin soon, let's not be late. Alright. Hello everyone, today is our final exam. It will cover everything I've taught you thus far. But I'm sure you will all do just fine. Take your time and contemplate each question carefully. How many of the following methods make it easier to catch a Pokemon? Paralysis, Poke-Toy, feeding a berry, or surprising it from behind? Poke-Toy will not. A berry will not. So Paralysis definitely does. Surprising from behind, I believe, does. So I guess 2 of the 4. Alright, true or false, you can get new Pokemon only by catching them yourself or trading with others. I mean, I think you could evolve them. Also, you can get gifts. Alright, false. If a Pokemon is holding an Everstone, it will using an item that induces evolution, such as a Fire Stone, cause it to evolve. No, it won't. It won't. Not even talking to the scroll with a Cubfu will let it evolve via the Everstone. Alright. What is the probability of running into a shiny Pokemon? 1 in 4,096. Flawed question, but about 1 in 4,000. True or false? The Pokemon known as Oricorio has 3 forms. No, it has 4 forms. This question won't affect your grade. Do you have anything you would like to say about my class? I'm still getting used to this teaching thing, but I sure had fun as your teacher. Well, thank you for being our teacher. Sure. Okay, time's up, whether you like it or not. I hope everyone enjoyed tackling those questions. I snuck in a little bonus question there, right at the end. Shh, our little secret. Don't tell the director. I'll grade these right away. I hope you're all looking forward to seeing how you did. Alright, let's see how we did on our final. Feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's look at your results. You must get 3 questions correct to pass a midterm and 4 questions correct to pass final exams. Let's see how you did in your bio test. You answered 5 out of 5 correctly. That's a passing score. Congratulations. Mr. Jacques S. is to give this reward to any students who pass the exam. You got 5 medium experience candies. Cool. Keep doing your best. Oh, does that mean we're done bio? We finished biology. Alright, move on to math. Math with Miss Time. Alright, let's do this. We got our last math class and then our final. Alright. Hello everyone, I hope we can have fun once again today for our last class together. Last time we learned about probability using move accuracy as an example. Probability is quite an interesting subject. Did you know that in a class of 40 students, there's a 90% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday? The birthday paradox. Yep. This is true even despite the fact that there are over 300 days each year. Isn't that remarkable? But let's move on to today's topic before we get swept along with probability again. I've been teaching you all how to calculate damage in this class using examples like type matchups, critical hits, stat boosts, and the like. All of these variables are multiplied together to calculate damage dealt to an opponent. However, did you know that there is an even simpler way to increase the damage of your Pokemon's moves? All you have to do is have your Pokemon use a move it shares a type with. If a Rock-type Pokemon uses a Rock-type move, like the Rock-type move Stone Edge, the move's base power of 100 is multiplied by 1.5 to become 150. Ground and Rock may seem like similar types, but if a Ground-type Pokemon uses Stone Edge, the move's power will remain 100. Unless it's part Rock-type. Super effective moves and critical hits also add multipliers onto this, into this little numerical increase. So it most certainly must not be taken lightly. Let me ask you a question to see if you understand what I'm talking about here. Say you have a move with a power of 100. The Pokemon that shares a type with this move uses it and hits an opponent that's weak to that type. What happens to that move's power? Well, become 300, would double, and then the 1.5 bonus. You did that calculation on your head. Well done, Eric. First, using a move that shares a type with its user multiplies the move's power by base power by 100 by 1.5, making the power 150. The fact that the opponent's weak to the move's type then doubles the power from 150 to 300. The original power of the move ends up being tripled. Isn't that amazing? What's more, if a Pokemon terrestrializes and its Terra type matches one of its original types, then the bonus it gets for using the move of the same type increases from 1.5 to 2. That could be 400 base power. Of course, being able to use a lot of moves with different types is great as well. That's one way you can surprise your opponent. In the end, your own innate characteristics are what really let you shine most. Bear in mind that this is true for both humans and Pokemon. It sure would make me happy if you could take those words to heart, but I suppose I should really have shared this basic advice right from our first lesson. My apologies. And just like that, class is over. The last of our time together flew by in the blink of an eye. It was so much fun to be able to teach all you eager students about numbers. Yeah, well, math's not just about numbers, you know. Next class will be our fun final exam. Be sure to review the materials well in preparation. Alright, let's do this. Alright. Let's take the math final. Let's go. Let's go. Math with this time. Bring it on. Bring it. Alright. Alright, everyone, it's time to begin our final exam. I'm sure the fun experiences you all had in my class will serve you well as you answer. How many Great Balls can you purchase with 3,000 bucks if each one costs 600? That would be 5. You don't get any free Premier Balls, so yeah, 5. If a Water-type move with a power 100 lands a critical hit on a Grass-type Pokemon, what will the base power be? It'd be 75, because half because it's resisted, times 1.5, yeah. Good stab. Under normal conditions, what percent chance does... Sorry, not stab, because of critical hit. Under normal conditions, what percent chance does Stone Edge have to land a critical hit? That would be about 12%, right? Because he boosted. If a Pokemon uses Swords Dance twice to boost its attack by 4 stages, how much damage will its physical moves do? It would be 4 or 50% buff, so it would be triple damage. If a Rock-type Pokemon whose Terra-type is Rock terastallizes, what will the power of its Rock-type moves be multiplied by? Well, it'll be 2, plus whatever additional multipliers you happen to have. Just from stab, it'll be 2. Alright everyone, time is up. Put your hands on your laps now. This test was the culmination of all I taught you, and I'm sure you all did just fine. Do go and ask for your scores at the front desk, and then take a nice break. Feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's take a look at your results. Alright, let's see. We did 5 out of 5. Let's go. That is a passing score. Congratulations. And with that, we're getting 5 medium experience candies. Alright, next up, history. This Ryfort. Let's go. We have our final history class. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now part of history. Today is our last class, so I would like to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us one last time. In our last class, I taught you about the Area Zero expedition of 200 years ago, correct? Alas, 200 years is not that long ago. Not that long ago at all. How unfortunate that our history lessons must march so inexorably toward the future. Would it not be more of an adventure to march toward the past instead? To start from our present and study history in reverse? I think it would be cool. So you agree with me, do you, Eric? However, I'm afraid I risk incurring the wrath of our dear director if I stray from the curriculum. I suppose I have no choice but to let the flow of time carry us toward the future. In this last class of ours, I shall fill your minds with the history of the Terastall phenomenon. The technology behind Terra Orbs has its origin in Area Zero. Even after the Area Zero expedition supposedly reached the crater's deepest depths, others continued to explore that area, and around 140 years ago, Pokemon cloaked in a mysterious light were discovered there. As you may have already guessed, these were in fact terastallized Pokemon. However, when those who discovered these Pokemon brought them out of Area Zero, the light faded and the Terastall phenomenon remained a mystery for quite some time. However, 10 years ago, that might as well be present day, A certain someone you have definitely heard of unraveled this mystery. Let me guess. Professor Turo? Aha. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Eric. Answer this. What is the name of the famous professor who unraveled the terrestrial phenomenon mystery? I'm guessing Turo. Correct. To think that you, a new transfer to our academy, could correctly answer this question, you must be very diligent in your studies. Approximately 10 years ago, a professor named Turo unraveled the mystery of the terrestrial phenomenon. He discovered that the shining crystals down in the Area Zero, or rather the energy they emit, is what causes Pokemon to terrestrialize. This led the professor to invent Terra Orb technology and to develop a practical use for it. This technology was then shared with both the Pokemon League and our academy. Rumor has it that Director Clavel was one of the researchers on the professor's team. Alas, this story is much less exciting now that someone we all know appears in it. Modern history truly is dull, isn't it? This ends my history class. Our next session will be our final exam. Bring the wonders of history to the forefront of your minds in preparation. Alright. I'm gonna laugh if one of the answers to, like, one of the answers on the test is Clavel. That would actually be hilarious. Alright, let's take our history final. Let's go. Let's go. Let's not be late. Let's do this. Paldean History 101. Greetings, my little students. It's time for our final examination. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your minds and answer the questions. What is the area within the great crater of Paldea called? It is Area Zero. How many years ago was this academy founded? 805, I believe. Which of these did not appear in the Paldean fairy tale about the four treasures? A vessel, a folding fan, a set of tablets, or a set of beads? I believe the folding fan. I don't recall hearing about that. Which Area Zero expedition member wrote the record of the team's activities? That would be Heath. How many years ago did Professor Turo invent Terra Orbs? That was 10 years ago. Your time is up. Put your writing utensils down. You must excuse that last question. It is too shallow and ridiculous to be on a history test, but alas, the director forced me to include it. So ends our final examination. You may ask for your scores at the school's front desk. I mean, recent history is still history. Alright, feels good to get a test out of the way. Let's see how we did on our final. We did 5 out of 5. Let's go. With that, we passed, and we got 5 medium experience candies. Alright. So that's all we're getting, but hey. Alright, languages with Mr. Salvatore. Let's do this. My dear friends, how are you all today? It's time for the last of Salvatore's language lessons. Êtes vous plaît? Are you ready? Oui. What a response, fantastique! Great answer, that is perfect for our last class together, I love it. And aujourd'hui, today, we will once again be having a listening lesson. Vas-y, go for it, my assistant. Pikachu. Let's get right to it, my little Pikachu friend, for our last listening class. Tell everyone how you're feeling right now. S'il te plaît. Ooh, can you feel that? That's one contagious emotion from Pikachu's voice. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to get through? Contagious? I guess happiness? Well done, Eric. I'm so happy that you got it right. Haha, get it? And Pikachu says... It's expressing happiness. Doesn't it make you just want to break out into a happy dance? But I didn't have to ask Pikachu to put on an act today. Oh no, I simply asked it to show you all how it felt about getting to have class with you. Getting to meet so many new friends and study together in this class with you. It's made both me and my little Pikachu so very happy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one last wise word of advice. As you live your lives, I'm sure you will all have times when you get mad or sad, maybe even more than you would like. Everything has its ups and downs. Life is a veritable roller coaster. But, à la fin, in the end that is, there is surely happiness waiting for you. So, gardez les yeux. Keep a smile on your face, even in the hardest of times. When you're faced with a problem that you can't handle alone, find someone to rely on. Be it a teacher, your family, your friends, anyone. Our prochaine fois. Next lesson will be our final exam. Be sure to review what we learned in all of our lessons so far. Adios, matane. Alright, let's do this. We have our languages final. With Mr. Salvatore. Alright, let's do this. Funny we literally just had our midterms and now we're having our final because I just skipped all the classes before. Aujourd'hui, today, we take our final exam. Détendez-vous. Relax, that is, and do your best. Et-vous plaît? Are you ready? Let's begin. Which of the following means delicious? Delicio? What do these two foreign phrases mean? Je t'aime. Ich liebe dich. That would be I love you, right? Pika! Based on what you just heard, what emotion do you think Pikachu was expressing? That was anger, right? Giga? Think so? Based on what you just heard, what emotion do you think Pikachu was feeling? That was happiness, right? What is your beloved teacher's name? Amador, Labrador, Isidore, or Salvatore? C'est fini. Time is up. Posez vos stylos. Put down your pens, that is. I assume the obligatory dernier question, last question that is, gave you no trouble? I'm sure you all did great. Bravo, my friends. You can get your scores at the school's front desk. Yeah, if you can't get the last question, I don't know what to tell you. Alright. Feels great to get a test out of the way. Let's look at your results. Okay, how did we do? We got 5 out of 5. Let's go. Alright, with that, we passed languages. So with that, we got 5 medium experience candies. Alright. Next up, we got battle studies with Miss Dendra. Alright. We got over half of our courses done now, so that's something. We still have 3 more final exams, though. Alright. Oh, Sue, this is our last class, but don't let those energy levels drop before we wrap things up. You've shown that you have more than enough knowledge to be super strong battlers. I don't know that I have much left to teach you. But we can always aim for ever greater heights. So today I'm going to teach you about the rules of link battles. When 2 trainers participate in a link battle together, they can engage in either single battles or double battles with each other. And if you're playing in a group of 4, you can all battle each other in multi-battles. Now, when you're out having battles during your independent study, you can use whatever number of Pokemon you like, and they can have any level. But in link battles, there are special rules to keep in mind. Some of these special rules involve adjusting Pokemon's levels. Now, the No Restrictions rule set lets all Pokemon stay at their current level. It lets trainers use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiples of the same held item too. But if you choose the normal rules, all Pokemon will be set to level 50 for your battles, regardless of what level they actually are. This includes lower level Pokemon, who'll get a power boost to participate. Normal rules let you use multiples of the same Pokemon species, and of the same held items too. The great part of this rule set is that it lets any of your Pokemon participate. All they have to do is learn some good moves. Lastly, the rule set called Flat Rules mostly affects Pokemon over level 50. Such Pokemon will be set to level 50 for the duration of the battle. The Flat Rule set is the one often used for official tournaments. This rule set does not allow trainers to use multiple Pokemon of the same species or multiples of the same held item. Alright, here's a question for you. Which rule set should you pick if you want to use a lower level Pokemon and keep its level low? If you want to keep its level low? Normal rules. Ooh, gotcha there. Normal rules adjust Pokemon to level 50, even lower level ones. If you got some clever strategy that you need to use a level 5 Pokemon for, your best bet is to use the Flat Rule set rule. Of course, you can also choose No Restrictions if you want to battle with any Pokemon you want, at any level, and with the held item. Oh, because the Flat Rules only lower levels, they don't raise them. Got it. That's a pretty good rule set when you want to battle freely with your friends. In conclusion, normal rules adjust all Pokemon to level 50, Flat Rules lets you use lower level Pokemon at their actual levels. I hope you'll all use tips to have some exciting battles with your friends. I mean, No Restrictions would do that too, actually. Oh man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess we're truly out of time. Next class will be our final exam. Aim for a perfect score. Osu. Alright. Yeah, I was thinking Flat Rules. Well, no, I was thinking, No Restrictions. Because normal rules just bring everything to 50, I think. Alright, either way, let's take the final. Live and learn. Oh, we're in the classroom again, right. Test. Final game day, time for our final exam. Time to put on your game faces and do battle with those test sheets. Alright. Which cheer boosts attack and special attack for all of your allies in Terra Raid battles? It would be Go All Out, right? I think that's what it was. What do we call the battles that Pokemon sent out with the R button do on their own? It would be auto battles, right? How else should you obtain LP? Take on gyms, exchange materials, hack the system. Definitely hack the system. Definitely hack the system. High-level Pokemon are adjusted to what level when using Flat Rules in Link battles? Level 50. When using normal rules in a Link battle, you can use multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiples of the same item. Yes. Time's up, put your pencils down. I saw you giving it everything you got. I'm sure you all get perfect scores. You all did so well in my class. If you pass this test, you'll officially be Battle Masters. Now, go ask for your surely stellar scores at the front desk, you little rascals. Alright, feels great to get the tests out of the way. Sure, let's get our results. We got 5 out of 5. We did it. Alright, we passed and we're getting our experience candies. Moving right along. Let's get into art class with Mr. Hassel. Let's go. We got our last art class. Hello class, it is I, Hassel, yet again. My, how time flies, as they say. Indeed, our time together has certainly flown by. It's hard to believe that this is our last class. Now, our topics for today may feel somewhat unrelated to art. But there's absolutely no set definition as to what art should be. Therefore, let us carry on with the discussion and see where it takes us. There are two things I wish to focus on today: ribbons and marks. Both ribbons and marks are special honors to capture a Pokemon's qualities. There will be times when your Pokemon gives maximum effort or has noteworthy experience. In recognition of feats and accomplishments, it can be given a ribbon. To give an example, if you manage to become incredibly close to your Pokemon, it may be granted a Best Friends ribbon. Incidentally, there is a person in Cascarafa who can give your Pokemon a Best Friends ribbon. Marks, on the other hand, are mostly found on wild Pokemon when you meet them for the first time. They can symbolize the character of a Pokemon, such as the Rowdy mark or the Vigor mark. It's completely up to luck whether you'll run into a Pokemon with these marks. So, if you're able to catch a Pokemon with a mark, rejoice at your outstanding fortune. Does anyone know what special thing you can do with Pokemon that have ribbons or marks? Change their title. Wonderful, Eric. Your knowledge is impressive. The correct answer is that Pokemon with ribbons or marks can be given titles. What's more, they can be sent into battle displaying a title of your choosing. For example, you could send out a Gibble with the Best Friends ribbon by declaring, "Go, Gibble the Great Friend." And while I know I just said that marks are generally found already on Pokemon when you meet them for the first time, it seems that more recently Pokemon can be awarded certain marks based on their efforts. These are marks such as the Gourmand mark, the Item Finder mark, the Partner mark, and so on. Perhaps it might be fun to try to work out how to get each mark using its name as a clue. Well, that just about wraps up our last class. Next is the final exam. Please review our material closely so that you can pass on your first try. You know what, that does remind me, we haven't really checked our Pokemon for marks. I kinda want to quickly go through and check. I don't think any of our team members do. Yeah. No one on the team does. Is anyone in the box? We have, like, several boxes of Pokemon. Might as well check. Why is it lower on Hoppip? That's weird. So far, no. Why is it lower on Phanpy too? That's really weird. Title conferred. That's weird. Yeah, I don't think any of our Pokemon have any marks. Alright. Well, let's keep looking. Alright, yep, we've... Alright, we appear to not be in luck. But hey, you know, that's okay. Alright, I think we already went through the whole box. Did we seriously not find a single mark? Wow. Okay then. Yeah, they don't have any. Dang. Alright, well then. We literally didn't get any marks throughout our journey. Sadness. Okay, let's take the art final. Class will begin shortly. We got our penultimate final exam. I do hope you're all ready, because it's time for your final exam. Focus and do your best. And begin. What is the name of the restaurant where you can change Pokemon Serotype? The Treasure Eatery, right? What is the name of Brassius' signature art installation that we discussed in class? Surrendering Sunflora, right? How many waterfalls are counted among the 10 sites of Paldea? I don't remember. I think you named 2 of them. I could be wrong. Where can you find the Million Volt Skyline? Oh, that will be Levincia, right? The marks of that Pokemon has are present when you first meet, and none can be added later. You said that was not true. Time's up. That's it for today's test. Pencils down, please. Thank you all so much for learning about art with me. The time we shared has left a mark that I will treasure, I promise. And it is my sincere wish that all of you go on to even greater, more prosperous futures. And that's that. Good work, everyone. You can receive your results from the front desk. Wow, no sobbing. Perfect. Alright, we got our penultimate test out of the way. Let's see how we did. On our art final exam, we got 5 out of 5. Let's go. We passed, which means we're getting some experience candies. Alright. We have one more class to go. Home Economics with Mr. Saguaro. Let's do this. Put your phones away. It is time to begin our last class together. Home economics is the study of life's necessities, but looking back on our time together, I realized that I focused almost entirely on food. I hope it's not too late to shift the discussion of clothing, another necessity in our last class. As I'm sure you're aware, our academy has an air of freedom about it. We provide uniforms for each season to accommodate the diverse climate of Paldea. However, students are free to wear whichever style they wish whenever they please. You should all have received 4 sets of tops and bottoms, one each for spring, summer, fall, and winter when the Academy accepted you. If by chance you were not aware of this, you may wish to peruse your wardrobe. As long as you wear our school uniform, the rest of your ensemble need not be school issued. This includes your bag or your hat, or if you choose to wear one. You are even free to style your hair however you wish. Mr. Salvatore's hairstyle, for example, would almost certainly have been against school rules when I was a boy. That reminds me. There is one more thing. You all like to decorate, which I must say, I find quite charming. The Rotom phones? Perfectly correct. There's the adorable little thing I was speaking of. Oh, it interests me so. I must admit that I'm fascinated by Rotom phones and how to customize them. What's that? How very intriguing. So there's a shop called Delibird Presents, where you can purchase cases for your Rotom phones. I thank you for that useful bit of information. I shall have to go myself first thing tomorrow to get an adorable case of my own liking. Forgive me, I seem to have gotten a little carried away with this small talk. As this class, known as Home Economics, nears its end, I offer these final words to those who have been honing everyday life skills with me. My field of study is not so decisive as the likes of mathematics, for instance, where test scores might play a part in deciding your future. However, as you go on to cook for yourselves, to take care of your Pokemon, decide what to wear in the morning when you awaken, I would be honored if what I have taught you serves to smoothen out and enrich your lives, even if only a little. This sentiment was imparted to me by Mr. Hassel and his particular outlook on such matters. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for seeing this class through to the end. Our time together has come to a close for today. Prepare to do your best on our final exam. Alright, we got our final exam then. Our final exam. So this truly is a final exam. Let's do this. We're home ec with Mr. Saguaro. Let's not be late for our final test. The time has come to test how well you all have learned in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades. Which of the following meal powers makes it easier to come across shiny Pokemon? Sparkling power, encounter power, catching power. Well, shiny Pokemon do sparkle. Which of the following is not an effective egg power? Makes eggs hatch faster, helps hatch strong Pokemon, or makes eggs easier to find? I would assume strong Pokemon, because I would think that would depend on the parents. Which is a simple yet important tactic for increasing the effectiveness of meal powers? Make food with others. What is the correct action to take when your adorable Pokemon becomes dirty? Pokemon Wash, Pokemon Dash, or Pokemon Wish? Definitely not Pokemon Dash unless you want to, like, break your DS or something. Pokemon Wish? That doesn't sound right. This is a question about Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops and bottoms to properly match each season? I mean, you can. It doesn't really matter. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I made the questions a little easier than I'd planned to, as a way of saying thank you for informing me about the Rotom phone cases. I trust that you all gave this exam everything you had so that you would not have to retake it. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day. Alright. Feels great to get the test out of the way, doesn't it? You have to get 4 questions right for the final. Let's see how you did on your home ec test. Got 5 out of 5. That's a passing score. Congratulations. Here is your reward. We're getting some experience candies. You have now finished all of your classes and passed all of your exams. I have this for you from Director Clavel. You got 5 large experience candies. Now you can focus all of your efforts on this year's treasure hunt. Be careful out there. So with that, we completed all of the classes. Alright, anything we're supposed to do? I think we should check in with Nemona. Actually, there's some teachers in the entrance hall. Hello. Oh my, if it isn't Eric. Please forgive me if this is an odd question. Were you perhaps watching me from afar just now? I just got here. Yes, I suppose you wouldn't have been doing something like that. I'm sorry. You see, oh, how should I put this? Recently, there have been times when I feel like I'm being watched. Not by a Pokemon, mind you, but by a person. I thought it might be a ghost, so I tried asking my sister for help. She said it most likely isn't one. She's good with ghost-type Pokemon, you know. Perhaps one of my students is quietly watching me, waiting for a chance to ask me a question. That might be it. Goodness, if that wasn't an intense gaze I felt. If you notice someone with a sort of fire in their eyes, come tell me, won't you? If they're too shy to come ask me themselves, then I'll go to them. I'm even closer this time. Alright. Got it. Alright. What this Ryford? Hello. Why, if it isn't Eric from Class 1A. Are you perhaps interested in the rest of the old tale I told you in class? You bet. Heh, it is convenient that you would take the fate I presented in class. A vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. After obtaining these 4 treasures, The king's castle was destroyed. Why, you ask? Because these 4 treasures were actually 4 Pokemon. As these Pokemon were passed from human hand to human hand as treasures, they slowly became tainted by hubris and greed. Finally, after coming in contact with the rapacity of the king at that time, they awakened as disasters and began to rampage out of control. The king called for renowned Pokemon wielders to defend the country, and after a fierce battle, these incarnations of disaster were quelled. It is said that these 4 Pokemon were then sealed away somewhere in Paldea. So, what do you think? Would you say that this story is just make-believe? No? Doesn't sound it. Very astute of you. I have read many historical disaster reports, personal journals, and the like. There's much to support the truth of this story. If I am able to prove the story's veracity myself, I will be sure to let you know. Alright, we can move in closer in this ride for it. Eric, the time has come. The cursed treasures, the 4 Pokemon of Ruin. They exist. And I stumbled upon the truth in the newspaper of all places. Ha! In an interview piece with a carpenter, no less. The Pokemon wielders apparently used sacred stakes to seal these treasures of ruin in shrines. There is a separate shrine for each of the 4 Pokemon and 8 stakes driven into the ground in the area surrounding each shrine to keep the power of ruin at bay. Oh, those things. In other words, if all the stakes for a given shrine were to be removed, it would release the Pokemon held inside. Don't you think that would be nice to free those Pokemon from the confines of their tiny little shrines? Sure. Kind soul, I see. You are proving truly useful. According to a descendant of the Pokemon wielders in the story, you must have a bond with Pokemon in order to remove the stakes. I'm sure someone as Pokemon savvy as yourself would have no trouble with that at all. You can choose for yourself whether to believe it or not. But I will mark the locations of these shrines on your map. Ah, okay, convenient. I'd rather go myself, of course, but skipping out on my classes and to go adventuring seems to have made the director a little suspicious of me. You can think of it as part of your treasure hunt. Treasures of ruin are still treasures after all. I hope you will investigate these shrines if you are at all inclined to do so. We feel trusted by Miss Ryford. Alright, so is she using us? I do hope they'll take on the hunt for the treasures of ruin if you're so inclined. Perhaps we just might. Alright. Where do we want to go? Let's go to the cafeteria. Looks like Miss Time is waiting for us there. Also, Mr. Saguaro. Hello. Hello, Master Eric of Class 1A. It has been some time since we last met. Are you here to eat as well? Sure, I'm starving. Excellent. You shouldn't battle on an empty stomach. I myself am here to serve at the student cafeteria, let's say. I observe the nutritional content of the food that our students partake of on a regular basis. One item on the menu here that I am particularly interested in is the peanut butter sandwich. It is sweet and quite delicious, as long as you're not allergic. Yes, perhaps I will order one right now. Oh look, Mr. Saguaro, he's so fashionable and cool. I guess teachers come to the cafeteria too, huh? Do you think he'll have an egg sandwich? No way. If he gets anything here, it'll definitely be something spicy like the 5-alarm sandwich. Ah, he's so cool. He'll definitely get the wild and spicy 5-alarm sandwich. Could I have a 5-alarm sandwich? I do enjoy the thrill of spicy food. But what about the peanut butter sandwich? Ah, yes. You suggested I have a peanut butter sandwich, Master Eric. I suppose I shall have to try one, if you insist. That was close. I almost forced myself to order something spicy, my least favorite of flavors. I thank you for restraining me, Master Eric. It seems that the students tend to view me as fashionable and cool, and even, dare I say it, exuding a sort of brooding strength. I have a habit of acting in such a way, so as to not destroy their image of me. I showed my true colors to you just now without thinking. Please keep this a secret between us. We came even closer with Mr. Saguaro. Alright. Hello. Eric, you scared me. Oh, are you here to eat? Oh no, I'm not here for anything food related at all. I was just walking around the entrance hall, and I felt that intense gaze I told you about before. So I quickly ducked into the cafeteria here. The cafeteria has only one entrance, so I thought I might be able to discover the identity of the person watching me if they followed me in here. Ah, someone's just come in just now. Huh, that's weird. Thought I saw her come in here. I guess I won't be able to ask my question today either. That girl, I feel like I've seen her several times before. She seems to be a student here, but I get the feeling that her question is not about her studies. Next time I see her, maybe I'll go start up a conversation myself. It could have been a little scary being here on my own. I'm glad you were here with me. So now we feel trusted by Miss Time. Where to go? Let's go to the home ec room. Kind of weird that it seems that battle studies teacher's here, but okay. Oh, Sue, new kid. Fancy meeting you here in the home ec classroom. What a coincidence, eh? Oh, 'cause she can't cook. Likewise. So, well, you see, Miss Dendra tells me she's here for intensive training in sandwich making. Oh, well, no use hiding it now. Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry. Were you keeping this a secret? Well, I mean, not really, but it just doesn't look very cool to openly admit I'm here for intensive training, you know? Understood. I'll be more careful in the future. Well, new kid, now that you know what I'm up to, I guess you'll have to help me out with my training here. Try this sandwich. It's the result of my training so far. Her sandwich was soggy and hard to eat, and once again, the taste left much to be desired. That was my meat lover's prosciutto, bacon, and chorizo sandwich. Ew. Could have used some more vegetables. What? You mean there was a problem with the choice of filling? I guess focusing on muscle-building ingredients really did a number on the flavor, huh? Miss Dendra, I believe a simple addition of butter would have done wonders for your sandwich. Butter helps to protect the bread from getting soggy due to the moisture of the ingredients. It can also work to enhance the sandwich's flavor. Butter, that makes sense. Thank you for teaching me the tip, Mr. Saguaro. But why didn't you tell me that while I was making the sandwich? Ah, well, you see, when I saw you, I had not realized you had begun your food prep. I thought you were simply trying to destroy my classroom. Well, anyway, new kid, thanks to you and Mr. Saguaro here, I may finally be getting the hang of this. Thanks for your advice. So we can even closer with Miss Dendra. Oh, so new kid, muscles sure are great, aren't they, don't you think? Uh-huh. To the staff room. Hello. Ah, Master Eric. There is something that I would very much like to ask for your help with. You need my help? Well, you see, I do not want anyone to overhear this, but I hear rumors of an incredibly sweet condiment that exists somewhere in the Palea region. I absolutely must experience that ambrosial sweetness for myself. You are the only one who knows of my insatiable sweet tooth. Thus, I have no one else I can turn to for help in this matter. I cannot go looking for this condiment myself, lest I destroy the image students have of me. I will repay you for your troubles, of course. Give it some thought in this, if this piques your interest. In the meantime, I'll gather what information I can about this incredibly sweet condiment. I will share what I find with you as soon as I have more detailed information. Okay, we feel more trusted by him. Okay. I guess he'll give us more information in the staff room. Go to the nurse's office. Alright. No way, no way, no way! Come on, Miriam, just try it. What's wrong? Oh, great timing, new kid. Nurse Miriam here. Well, try the sandwich I made. Oh. Well, duh, I don't want to get a stomachache. You won't. Probably. I still remember that sandwich you made me with meat filling and meat for bread. That one messed me up bad. Of course it did. I hadn't trained in the art of sandwich making yet back then. I was young and thoughtless, it was last month! So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Even after I went through the intensive sandwich-making training. It kind of makes me sad. She went through intensive sandwich-making training? Yeah, she worked really hard. I guess I have no choice, but if you've got one of your cute little students on your side, so fine, I'll try your sandwich. Let's see it. Yes! I need to come around. Here it is. Oh dear. It's a little strongly flavored, but I guess it's not bad. Woohoo, my training's paid off. I'm so glad my sandwich pleases the great nurse Miriam. I look up to you, you know. You feel trusted by Miss Dendra. Thank you for trying it, and thanks to you too, new kid. Alright, so, and she's run off again. That was weird. But that's just how Miss Dendra is, I guess. She's always coming into the nurse's office with some injury or another, too. Alright. Well. And now she's in the school store. Of course. Oh, so new kid. You here to do a little shopping? Sure. The school store is a nice place. They've got everything you need right here. I'm here to check out the sandwiches they've got for sale. The school store sandwiches taste great and have excellent nutritional balance, too. You're not making your own? Huh. I guess I'm just not used to it yet. All that training kind of wore off. I achieved my goal anyway, so I'm going to take a break from sandwich making for a bit. Oh, right. I didn't tell you what my goal was. I wanted to pay Nurse Miriam back for everything she does for me. It was my way of saying thanks. She's so nice and so skilled at what she does, I really look up to her. I wanted to try sandwich making so I could be skilled at doing something for other people like she is, but I guess I just wasn't cut out for it. What I am cut out for, though, is being full of energy, so I decided to focus on that instead. Like I said in class, I think people in Pokemon should make their strong points stronger. It really helped me out. Take this as a way of saying thanks. We got 10 bottles of protein, because of course. Alright then, what should I go with today to get my protein in? We formed a close bond with Miss Dendra. Oh, so new kid, are you here to get some training in? Alright, so if we form a close bond with all the teachers, we get a I guess we get a reward from them. Master Eric, about the matter which I need your help. I have discovered the name of the incredibly sweet condiment. It's called Sweet Herba Mystica. If you should find it during the course of your treasure hunt, I would be grateful if you would share some with me. Have you anything to report about the Sweet Herba Mystica? Do we have any Sweet Herba Mystica? Alright, so I guess we can get more Herba Mystica. So we're not going to be able to do this yet. There are several teachers in the schoolyard. Alright. To the schoolyard we go. Also, there's Nimona there waiting for us. Hello, Mr. Hassel. Hello there, Eric. I try to visit the schoolyard from time to time. It's good to see young ones with so much energy and vigor. Oh yes, indeed. Just watching is enough to make even an old man like me feel more alive. Master Hassel, I have a word. You, what are you doing here? I have told you many times not to bother me here at the academy. Yet I am bound to come. Our family's future is of paramount importance. It was good speaking with you, Eric. Something important has come up, so I must excuse myself now. Let us discuss this matter elsewhere. Come. Okay. Eric, come and keep an eye out, would you? I've set up a little ambush here for the girl who keeps watching me. She'll be here any second. An ambush? Well, you see, it's not very pleasant knowing she's just staring at me all the time. And now I know what she looks like after seeing her in the cafeteria. Ah, all behind the tree. It's you, isn't it? You're the one who's been secretly watching me recently. Time? How'd you know I guess you must have noticed me. I'm sorry. Well, of course I noticed. You were watching me practically all day every day, after all. I assume there's something you wanted to ask me? Yes, I do. I've been a huge fan of yours since your time as the gym leader, and I love rock-type moves so very much. Oh my. But you just suddenly retired from your post as gym leader a year and a half ago. Why did you quit? My goodness, is that all you wanted to ask? Yes, your reason for retirement was never made public. But it's well known among the students here that you just avoid the question any time it's asked. I thought it would be rude to ask you a question that you don't want to answer, so I just couldn't find the courage to ask. So that's why your gaze felt so intense, I see. Forgive me. So very intense? Ah, never mind that. As for the reason I quit my job as gym leader, I simply wanted to focus more on my job as a teacher. It's not that I dislike being a gym leader or anything of the sort. Quite the contrary, talking about the gym, fills me with feelings of nostalgia and sadness. That's why I always avoid answering the question when students ask. Oh, I see. Do you have any plans of becoming a gym leader again? No, I'm afraid I don't plan to do so. My sister is doing a splendid job as gym leader in my stead. I personally find being a teacher most enjoyable these days. But since I am in fact your teacher, I would appreciate it if you would call me Miss Time, as students do not just call me Time. Do not call me just Time. Okay, I'm sad to hear that, but I understand. Thanks so much, Miss Time. Well, I suppose that solves the mystery. That made me so nervous. I said so many things to try to sound cool. I was certainly a little scared when I felt that girl's intense gaze upon me. But having you here with me allowed me to do what needed to be done to face what turned out to be my biggest fans. I must thank you for always showing up at just the right time, Eric. Allow me to show my appreciation a little. I hope these help you on your adventure. We got 50 rock Terra shards. Cool. We formed a close bond with this time. Alright. Oh, so new kid, are you getting some training in? Not exactly, but hey. Hey, Nimona. Ooh, hey, Eric. Great timing. I've been having the hardest time lining up opponents to battle. But now I found you in the schoolyard, no less. It'd be silly not to have a battle. What do you say? Sure. I knew I could count on you. Alright, so this is how we can battle Nimona, I guess? We spent the whole hours battling Pokemon with Nimona. Oh, wait a minute, we don't even get to battle? What? Come on. Good stuff. Gotta step up my game so I'll be ready anytime for that Academy Ace tournament. I know I spread my battle fever on you out of nowhere. Thanks for being up for it. Why did we not get to actually battle? That is lame. Did we just not get any post-game rival battles or something? Do we have to like do it in the tournament? Now she's in the cafeteria. Alright, let's get to the entrance hall. Alright, there are a couple teachers here. Here we go. Hello, Mr. Hassel. Oh, right. Hello there, young Eric. I'm sorry, I was lost in thought and didn't notice your approach. I feel I must again apologize for what transpired in the schoolyard. That didn't bother me. Ha! That is very, magnanimous of you. That woman who showed up as a dragon tamer, and a relative of mine, I might add. You see, I come from a long line of trainers who specialize in dragon-type Pokemon. There was a child in our family who was expected to stand at its head and lead it to greatness. But the young lad, rebellious little fellow that he was, ran away from home one day. He made quite the show of it, too, swearing he'd make a living with music. A lot happened since then, and now he's the art teacher and Elite Four member before you. After I so rudely took my leave during our last conversation, my dear relative encouraged me to give up teaching and return home at last. I've been told the current leader of my family, that is to say my father, is in poor health. Oh, but I do apologize. Perhaps I am not cut out for teaching after all. What sort of teacher rumbles on and on at his own student? You're a good teacher. Sure. My dear Eric, you have no idea how much your words mean to me. Thank you very much. So we feel trusted by, Mr. Hassel. Oh, I'm so sorry, I was lost in thought. Who else is waiting for us here? Oh, Ryford. Oh, do we have to actually go, we have to actually go find the 4 treasure Pokemon? I'm guessing we're gonna have to actually go out and do that. Why, hello there, Eric. You always seem to appear at the most crucial of moments. Most crucial moments? Well, you see. Master Hassel, I am here to collect you. So I see. I'm glad that you've finally made up your mind about taking your place as leader of the family. Well, it is indeed true that I have made up my mind. I have made up my mind to continue teaching here at the Academy. But how could you? Are you saying you don't care what happens to our proud lineage? I am saying that I have other priorities. Have a look around the Ark decorating this room, would you? The children here are letting their senses, their perceptiveness, grow freely. I do not wish to say that protecting our family's ancient bloodline is of no importance. I simply wish to see young talent blossom and grow into the future. It just seems much more fun to me, if I'm being honest. What utter nonsense. And yet, your fearless, unflinching commitment to that nonsensical vision proves that you're worthy of carrying the will of dragons, Master Hassel. I will not give up. I will come as many times as I need in order to change your mind. Oh, by all means, my door is open. I think you'll soon find you've met your match in stubbornness. You thought I could be cowed by some story spun up by my father's deteriorating health? I am not so easily fooled. I will return another day. I'm so sorry you had to see all that. I was so very close to resigning my post as teacher and returning to my home. The students here gave me courage to say no. That includes you, Eric. Your words truly brought me strength. I cannot think of a way I could possibly repay my debt to you, young ones. Take this, if you will, insufficient as it may be in expressing the full breadth of gratitude. 50 Dragon Terra Shards. Cool, thanks. Now then, let it be clear to all. I, Hassel, will continue on my chosen path as instructor to the youths of our world. We have a close bond with Mr. Hassel. The noble goal to want to teach. Because sometimes, it all comes down to just helping others learn. And that's where some people find their passion. Alright, Mr. Salvatore is somewhere here. Hello. Eric, I'm in a bit of a pinch. Take a look at this. This Palmy really doesn't seem to be feeling well. I don't know if the poor thing can even stand up. What should I do? What should I do? Here's a potion? Oh, right, I could use a potion. Do you have any on you? Yeah. This'll fix it right up, my friend. Potion power, go. Phew. That seems to have done the trick just in the nick of time. But this Palmy doesn't appear to belong to a trainer. Could a wild Pokemon have wandered into the Academy grounds? Still, I can't just leave it here without anyone to make sure it's okay. It's decided then. I, Salvatore, will just have to lend all of the helping hands I have to take care of Palmy in this touch-and-go situation. Merci very much for your advice, Eric. Alright, we're closer with Mr. Salvatore. Yeah, au revoir. I'm guessing he went to Mr. Jacques then? Hold on. Oh, my dear Eric. Thanks to your advice before, Palmy is, well, just see for yourself. Oh, it's feeling better now? Yes. It's feeling better, but this particular Palmy may just be a bit weak, I suppose. I had Nurse Miriam take a look at it. Take a look at it before, and she says there's nothing wrong with it health-wise. So it shouldn't have any injuries, ailments, or the like. Even so, it never utters so much as a cry, which is odd. That part has even Mr. Jacques stumped. Sorry that I couldn't be of any help. Nah, Tinky Pa. Don't worry about it. I have some more information. Now, thanks to the Academy's security cameras, though. It seems Palmy was attacked by a wild Pokemon and fled here to the Academy grounds. Maybe it's still in a bit of shock from that experience. It can't bring itself to speak yet. Yep, if that's the case, there's absolutely no problem with keeping quiet. Pas de problème, problème. We can just attendre. Wait, that is, until it feels like talking. That's all we can do, really. Even if you can speak all sorts of languages, there's no guarantees that you can understand what's going on in someone's heart. But have no fear. I won't give up. No, I'll keep on trying until we figured each other out. We feel trusted by Mr. Salvatore. Palmy's doing great, just a bit of a quiet one. Actually, do you have anything for us? Register 200 Pokemon. That's it? Okay. Well, we haven't quite done that yet. Alright, in the staff room. Alright, let's head to the staff room then. Oh, if it isn't Eric, I'm glad that you seem to be doing well. Ah, well, hello. Alright, so you got the Palmy? My dear Eric, Palmy here is as healthy as can be. Might just be scared. Hahaha. Well, it seems being quiet is simply a part of one's personality. But it's hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. As you know, wild Pokemon use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things, like the location of food or whether there are predators nearby. So even if I were to release it back into the wild, I'm afraid that it may not be able to do those sorts of things. What do you think, Eric? Where does Palmy belong? I'm with you. Oh, I didn't expect to hear my name. So you think it should stay here with me? I was so focused on getting it back in good health, so it could return to the wild, that I didn't even consider that possibility. What do you think of that idea, my little Palmy friend? Oh, it finally talked. Palmy, it spoke at last! Even without speaking Pokemon language myself, I know that that reply means yes. Oh, my dear Eric, merci so very, very much for your help with this Palmy. All the more reason you should have this here, a rare Pokemon for you to raise. Oh, with that, we got a meow from Mr. Salvatore. Ah, I'm so happy. Yes, I, Salvatore, will take it upon myself to look after Palmy for good. I will indeed. We formed a close bond with Mr. Salvatore. Palmy's never been better. How's that Meowth I entrusted to your care? Doing so perfectly, I hope? A Meowth. Ooh, a Galarian Meowth. I mean, Relax is a terrible nature for it, don't get me wrong, but I'll take it. It's got a really bad nature, though. Alright. Nimona, what's up? So, you're good for a battle, right? Great. Meet you at the schoolyard in a minute. Hold up. You're Nimona, right? Like the student council president? That Nimona? Yep, that's me. Yeah. Maybe some other time. Eric, hola. Who's that? Oh, him? I know who he was. I was just munching my sandwich and I heard him bragging about how tough his Pokemon was, so I invited him to a battle. I wonder what Pokemon he's gonna use. Can't wait to see. Wait, I forgot to get his contact info. How are we supposed to plan when we'll face off? Oh well, I'll make sure that when we battle next time I run into him. Anyway, I guess you came to get some grub, huh? Well, I'm not one to stand between someone and their meal. Catch you later. Alright, well, she's out of here. Head to the school store, okay. Hello. Better stock up on real good on Pokeballs while I'm here. Eric. Oh my gosh, listen to this. Remember that guy from the cafeteria? I ran into him again in the entrance hall, so I asked him to battle, but he said no. He was like, what's the point? You're a champion in a battle whiz. You'd wreck me. I don't get what he meant. I mean, you can have fun battling even if you lose, right? I mean, I guess you can, yeah. For real, I mean, sure, no one loves losing, but it's definitely not pointless. It teaches you stuff. Man, Pokemon battles can get so complicated sometimes. Oh, and I wish he hadn't called me a whiz. I work hard at this stuff. It's not like it's all just comes naturally to me. Like, throwing Pokeballs obviously doesn't come naturally to me, for one thing. I think I need a mental reset. I'm gonna go find someone to battle. See you soon. So... Alright, Classroom 1A. Alright, let's go. Back to homeroom. There you are, Eric. I had a feeling you'd turn up if I hung out here for a while. And lo and behold, I was right. Well, now that I found you, we should swing by my room and have a chat. Okay. Alright, so this is your room. Cool. Ta-ta-ta-chan! Welcome to the Zona Nimona. Ah, it's very you. Aw, thanks. Wait a sec. I know we've been to your room before, but I have never had you over here. Wild! Anyway, listen, Eric. You know how I really like Pokemon battles? Like, really, really like them? Yeah, sure. Cool. And yeah, you know how when you really like something, you dive in deep? That's what I did with Pokemon battles, and I just kind of became a champion. But then I found out that's pretty special, that normally it's not so simple for most people. People would tell me to my face that I'd only managed it because I have some innate gift or because I was raised differently or whatever. And suddenly I started to feel like there was this invisible wall between me and everyone else. So I started going easy when I'd battle my friends. I just wanted everyone to have fun. Oh, but don't worry. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going 100% all out. Especially since I'm lucky enough to have an opponent who can beat me even when I'm in full hardcore mode. So just promise me one thing, Eric. Promise you'll always stay my equal. You and me, true rivals. You know it. You're the best, Eric. Thank you. Oof, that got pretty personal. A little bit embarrassed over here. Anyway, since we're equals, I gotta start having you over as much as we hang out in your room. Feel free to burst on into Zona Nimona whenever you want. And get ready for the Academy Ace tournament, because I'm gonna stomp you this time. Yeah, we both got Palmot on our team. I'm making my Pokemon some food. You know, I think a tablespoon means different amounts to different people. Actually, beforehand, I want to see what her bed says about her. Bedspread has a battle cord pattern. Why am I not surprised? Okay, so we need a Sweet Herba Mystica for Mr. Saguaro, and we need to find the treasure Pokemon for Mr. Fryfort. Okay. I guess we got our work cut out for us. I feel like we did a lot of stuff without leaving the academy today. We still... I mean, I guess we do have our work cut out for us in terms of looking for those Pokemon. What is this? Grasswither Shrine. Okay, I'm guessing that's one of the things that were labeled for us. Okay, so for right now, I'm gonna go to Los Platos. I think it's about time that we headed out of the academy, since we've been there for a while now. Other than, like, one raid. Kind of weird we didn't have the Pokemon Center music going right there. Huh. Alright, we got some rain going right now. That's fine. Kind of sad there's all these houses and we can't go in anywhere. But, regardless. We are gonna go try to, I guess, find some of those hidden treasures and maybe even find a Sweet Herba Mystica for Mr. Saguaro. So, thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time when we continue our adventure here in Pokemon Violet. Goodbye.